But what about murderers? What about real murder music?
Look at your game, girl.
Our story begins in 1560. Carlo Gesualdo was the Prince of Venosa and a composer whose work was arranged by Stravinsky and went on to influence Aldous Huxley and Werner Herzog. He also killed his wife, her lover, his father-in-law, and his infant son.
All it takes is one bad day.
Admittedly, the son and father-in-law might have been the invention of an overzealous press, but he definitely strung up the mutilated bodies of his wife, who was his cousin, and her lover in front of his palace.
What the fuck?
Just walking in the rain.
The prisoners.
The early days of blues and R&B are littered with supposed criminals, maybe none more infamous than the Prisonaires. They met at the Tennessee State Penitentiary and featured 2 convicted murderers. They recorded at Sun Studios and were an early critical influence on Elvis Presley. The Prisonaires regularly and controversially performed at the governor's mansion. But like many young black men in the American South at that time, including artists like Buddy Moss and Son House, it is unlikely that they were guilty as charged.
It ain't about guilt or innocence, cause if it was, OJ's bitch ass would be sitting in a penitent.
X-Rated is a Sacramento rapper currently serving 31 years for first-degree murder, and the lyrics to his song Still Shooting, where he seems to be describing the murder of a rival gang member's grandmother, played a critical role in his conviction.
Grandma?
I'm killing moms, daddy, and nephews. I'm killing sons, daughters, and sparing you.
X-Rated has continued to release albums from prison. His 1999 record, The Unforgiven Volume 1, reached number 54 on the Billboard rap charts. But he's had to rely on smuggled DAT machines and collect phone calls in order to record vocals.
He's rapping over the phone.
His notoriety has brought some unwanted attention, like being stabbed 7 times.
Oh.
These Northern Riders, old lifers, were allegedly extorting X-Rated to force him to produce a rap album of their own.
But the use of X-Rated's lyrics in the courtroom was controversial and set a dangerous precedent. There's a non-lethal shooting case right now in the New Jersey Supreme Court where prosecutors are using a defendant's 4-year-old rhymes in an attempt to prove intent in a way that you never would with country music.
But I shot a man in Reno just to watch him die.
Richard McCroskey, or Psycho Sam, was an aspiring horrorcore rapper from Castro Valley who murdered his girlfriend, her parents, and one of his girlfriend's friends in what became known as the Farmville murders.
Farmville? I Kill People for Real, he put on the album.
The vicious 2009 killings gave McCroskey a brand new audience for his sub-ICP music, the kind of people who become pen pals with serial killers in prison. And as always, it focused the media's attention on the evils of music.
The lyrics obviously push the envelope
Looks ridiculous.
really far, but you said that's what the genre is all about. But what happens when someone takes it seriously and murders in the name of horrorcore, which apparently happened here?
Artists like Psycho Sam and X-Rated make violence a core part of their image. But what about hippies?
Look at your game, girl.
Charles Manson is one of America's most notorious serial killers and also the writer of an album of weird, jangly folk songs called Lie, the Love and Terror Cult.
Did Charles Manson ever kill people? I thought he only told other people to kill people. I mean, I guess that could still count, but...
A year before the Manson family's string of murders, Dennis Wilson, brother of Brian, befriended Manson. And it's how the Beach Boys came to cover one of his songs.
Never had a lesson I ever learned, and I know I could never learn not to love you. Never had a lesson I ever learned, but I know we all get our turn. I love you.
The Beach Boys are hardly alone. While Dennis Wilson severed his ties, Manson songs have been covered by artists ranging from Guns N' Roses to Devendra Banhart. The Love and Terror Cult is kind of a popular record. You can stream it on Spotify or Rdio.
Look at your game, girl.
There is something culturally attractive about outsiders. Their art seems that much more authentic. A love song by Charles Manson is both
Stop
repelling
staring.
and compelling. For all of our protest and revulsion, we as a culture celebrate those who go to the greatest extremes. But how we negotiate those extremes is a critical and personal decision.
Cool.
We didn't even get to talk about bands like Mayhem or Burzum, but if
You
you're
did
interested,
not.
please check out our Black...
You did not. All right. Let's see if there's anything cool here.